penalty. Yes!
Now then, we're back. Today we've got ladies' darts, lightning-fast table football featuring a top lady player, and our first final of the games. The two best cheese skittlers in the land will be bowling the pins over for £100. But first, to the arm wrestling arena, where Dave Parry, with tattoos and a tash, is taking on Buster Whitney from the Smoke. It's the first round in a 3-round contest, and there's no score. Buster is in the red vest, a study in concentration, dedication, and pure cheek. Whitney showing confidence with that cheeky grin, but it's strength that counts. And notice the way them lads size one another up, working out just when to pounce and apply their pressure. Now to cheese skittles in our first semi-final. It's between two Northampton lads, George Jones and Leslie Bass, who wiped the floor with their Leicester opponents. It's best out of 5 legs. And before Bill Maynard takes up the spiel, let's get it straight. Leslie Bass here is not going to be content with just 9 pins down in 3 chucks. He's after double figures. Happening 18. Not doing himself justice. Ideally, he wanted all 9 down in 2 throws. Then all the pins would have been up again for the final bash. Remember, we set the other fellow's score to beat on each leg. And George Jones here should have no bother topping an 8.
Now it's George Jones. George Jones, 35, married with 2 boys, plays at the Golden Lion in Northampton. He's now at the Monk. He has an 8 to beat.
Oh, a good ball.
He virtually beat it in the first ball. 9 in 2. So in fact he takes the first leg. When it's 1, of course, they never bother about throwing the 3rd ball. That is the end of the game. It's 1 leg to George. George to set back. He's a clicker by trade in the boot and shoeing. He's got an 8. Again. So this is really a very good effort, because a 9 and on a whack on the first leg, a whack on the second leg.
A whack means 9 down in 1 or 2 chucks. So you're in double figures with your last one.
I think it was 2 15s to finish off the game. A 12. Not too difficult. If Leslie Bass can get himself a whack this time, give the stackers up something to do in the woodyard. It's called a woodyard, of course, in the old days, because we use wooden pins. In Leicestershire now we call it the plastic yard, because they're made of plastic. However, he's just got a 7. He doesn't bother, of course, to throw the last one, because he's not on a whack. George Jones, 2 legs to 0 in. And it's Leslie Bass at the mark. Actually, Les has a very strange action. He seems to push the ball more than throw it. There, I think, was a case where he should have had he's got a 9, he should have had the dead cheese off the table, because, in fact, he clipped the dead cheese and chopped over the remaining pin. This is where he should have asked. The stacker's up to take it from his George Jones going to the mop. He needs a whack to win once again, 8 in a ball. He needs this pin. He's got it. Actually, George tells us that he practices 5 nights a week, and quite frankly, it's beginning to show, because he really is terribly consistent. He just needs to hit 1 pin. He has, in fact, hit 3. There's one of the finalists, and Leslie Bass goes away with his £25.
George Jones with that lovely loose wristy action. Our first finalist. Now another needle match from the maiden Marions of our competition, the ladies' Ara Aces. Kay Bradfield of Shipley beat the favourite Jean Smith in round 1, but now she's up again a real cool customer in Brenda Simpson, the Derbyshire champ. We pick up the action halfway through the second game with 28. Dave Lanning doing the patter, as Brenda, already 1 leg in front, puts the screws on.
Because Brenda Simpson is finding her style and finding her touch. It looks like 80 to me. I think that's a treble.
100!
It is indeed. And she really is a very stylish little player, this lady from Derbyshire.
41.
And that one went in so hard from Kay Bradfield, the flight flew off. Did it give itself up? With great dignity, she stoops to conquer. This is Brenda Simpson from Derbyshire. That looks like 60 again. She is playing very steadily.
100.
That's another 100. Very, very steady stuff. Now, what does Brenda want? Kay, I know, needs a miracle.
38. And the player requires 157.
Well, she needs 157. That's a good shot out. Treble 19, treble 20, double top. She hasn't got it. Unlucky, love. But she's trying.
11 scored.
11 scored. Well, after the Lord Mayor's show, I should shut up.
11 scored.
11 scored. She wants 146 and 146. Indeed, she would need a 60 very badly. She's got 20. That's 126. 126 she wants.
60.
60. So now Kay Bradfield really needing a big score, and she's going to get it too.
100.
100. 86.
Player requires 86.
86. She wants treble 18, 216. She's missed it. She's got 4. That's 24.
29
Can't
score.
quite see the last
Player
start.
requires 79.
Now it's 79 now for Kay. She's come downstairs for the 19. She wants 76. She wants 56. She wants a 16, love. Come on. No, she's gone the other way. Oh,
Check,
dear.
too many.
Too many. I thought she would go for 16 for double top, but there we go. She went her own way, and she made a mess of it. Now we have Brenda, and Brenda wants...
Player requires 57.
57. 57. So she's gone down. She's got 9. Leaves her
9 scored, 48 left.
48 going. She wants a 16 or an 8. Double 16 now. Yes! Oh, terrific stuff. What a finish.
Simpson.
What a terrific finish from Brenda Simpson, and she's knocked out by it. Hey, her supporters from Derbyshire really giving her the old footballer's farewell. But what a very fine piece of finishing there for Brenda Simpson. She goes forward into the semi-final.
Ice-cold efficiency from Brenda, but still no falls in the elbow bending from Buster Whitney or Dave Parry. They're locked midway through round 2 now, and I wouldn't chance money on who's going to get it. Buster's on the left now, looking cool and smiling like a tiger. Little to choose between these two, apart from a dash of technique. Parry with a straighter arm style. Parry on the attack now, but Buster seems quite content right now to just take the strain. A real well-matched pair, them two, with only 2 minutes to go before the tiebreaker. Now to something a bit more delicate, the second semi-final of the Cheese Skittles. It's between our old pal, Budgie Crane, and Peter Sargent, a cheerful chucker from Northampton. We take up the match with Budgie 2 legs to 1 up and needing more than a 9 in 3 throws to enter the final. But when the money's on, the big uns are hard to come by.
It's not a good ball, but he might get out of it. Not a good... In fact, he missed the front pin twice. Well, quite honestly, if you miss the front pin with 2 cheeses, an experienced player like Budgie Crane, then you don't deserve to win the leg. As you may have heard me say, if you win as a 7 with 1 ball, we'll wait until this is over. And again, he missed the object pin. As I may have told you in the other rounds, if in fact you miss the front pin with 3 cheeses, in most pubs it's a pint all round. And now Peter Sargent's going on. He needs, because we're at Wembley, he also needs a whack to win the game. And it's on. It's on because the dead pin is lying just behind the centre, and he's missed it. Well, how that got by, I shall never know. A dead pin lying behind like that is usually a pretty good. Sorry, just a moment. So we're coming now to Peter Sargent. The game. He's got 1 cheese, and he's got an 8. That should put him through to the real money. Because once again, this is a semi-final. Both players are on money anyway, and that's a throw, unfortunately. So that is Peter Sargent who goes through to the final, and Budgie Crane, the slimmed-down version of Budgie Crane, down to 22 stone, goes to collect his £25.
So it's spinning Peter Sargent to take on the super cool George Jones in the final. We'll be seeing all the match in part 2, plus top draw table football, more arm wrestling, and a new game. It rhymes with cool, and we've got it right here in Irish Centre City. I'll see you in a tick. Hey up. Let's go straight over to the arm wrestling rostrum where Buster Whitney and Tattoo Dave Parry are in the third round of their muscle match, and there's still no fall either way. And it's still a muscle-bound stalemate. Parry has been doing all the pressing up to now, so look out for some sudden, tough tactics from Buster in the red vest. Definitely a very even match. One fall does it now in the tiebreaker. What a contest. Now more table football, the game that makes the grass version look like a tortoise derby. This game features Val Bryce, our only lady footballer, but a sorceress in defence, and her partner, Dave Thorne. They're taking on Harwood and Thompson of Nuneaton. And just look out for Thompson's crack shots from the centre-forward position. First combination to slot 6 goals is the winner.
So this match features the only girl in the competition. She's Valerie Bryce. There she is, playing with David Thorne. Valerie Bryce, the sister of Jeff Bryce, who's already featured in the earlier rounds of this competition. She's the Bristol Ladies Champion and Mixed Doubles Champion. Their opponents, Harwood and Thompson of Nuneaton. Barry Harwood and Robert Thompson. Robert Thompson nearest to us, Barry Harwood furthest away on defence. And it's, at the moment, Harwood on defence for the red striped jerseys, Harwood and Thompson of Nuneaton. Against David Thorne and Valerie Bryce. Valerie Bryce, there she is nearest to us. A slow, tortuous feeling out of the opposition one feels here. The movement, the lateral movement. So far, no fierce shots, but it's in the front. Ball almost creeping in then from Thorne and Val Bryce. Back he comes. None of the whiplash shots yet. There was something more like it. This is the front line of Harwood and Thompson, and they've scored.
1-0 to red and white.
Barry Harwood in the stripes, Robert Thompson the attack man, who's just made it 1-0 for the Nuneaton pair. Best of 11, first to 6. In the defence line of Thorne and Valerie Bryce. Oh, good one, a good one for the girl. Val Bryce hitting that one. Look, she looks pleased about it, and well she might. That's 1-1. Again, it's Valerie Bryce pushing it up to the middle rank, now to the front, but it's in the defence of Robert Thompson and Barry Harwood from Nuneaton. And Harwood and Thompson among the favourites for this event. Now Val Bryce playing with David Thorne. In the back line, and a beautiful long shot by Barry Harwood in the striped jersey there, makes it 2-1. Now in the front rank of Thompson and Harwood. Valerie Bryce retrieving the situation. She tries to find a way through, gets no further than the nearest red and white striped jersey, and it's a goal. It costs her nearly then. That's 3-1. 3-1 to Thompson and Harwood. Thompson and Harwood in possession, pushing it up, but it's the Thorne-Val Bryce partnership. We had it in defence, trying a long shot. A bit more action now. Almost creeping through. Harwood and Thompson in possession and leading 3-1. There's Val using that right wrist to push the ball up. Both wrists have to be used in this game continuously, moving back and forward, moving from side to side, occasionally the quick flick of the wrist for the shot. This is Harwood and Thompson, their front bank. And they lost control of it now. They've made a gift of it to, and it's rolled away again. possession easily lost as this ball rolls about. It's certainly not easy to control. There was a long shot from Val Bryce. Now Howard and Thompson in possession, in the front rank of Val Bryce and David Thorne. And the shot came back off the goalkeeper. Good defensive work by Barry Harwood. There you see the Thorne-Val Bryce partnership. They're behind at the moment. They need a goal. That one was wide, hit by David Thorne. There's the long shot from the back. Always a surprise shot. That's Howard and Thompson trying to make it 4. They're still in possession in their front line. A quick movement from side to side of the defense, and it rolled in. The defense left a gap, and it's 4-1. So it's Barry Harwood and Robert Thompson now moving into a comfortable 4-1 lead against David Thorne, and the only girl in the competition, Valerie Bryce. So it's a long road ahead, and it's in possession is Howard and Thompson, making it 5-1. So Howard and Thompson are within 1 of game and a place in the semi-finals. Valerie Bryce in possession. There she has it. There she's moving the ball, trying to get in position for a long shot from the back. Howard and Thompson need 1 more for game. They'll try them presumably from all areas. They're trying a shot from the back, didn't find its way through. Now they've got it in their front line. This could be the clincher. They'll move across from side to side. The shot there didn't connect. So it's a reprieve for Val Bryce, who has it in defense. Tries to get it away, just get it past the front 3. Trying again. She can't get away from her own defense area, but she's fought bravely, and she hit a beautiful only goal for her side earlier on. Now is it going to be... Yes, it is.
6-1 to red and white.
So Barry Harwood and Robert Thompson move into the semi-final 6-1 against David Thorne and Valerie Bryce.
Vintage attacking play by the Nuneaton lads. Did you notice the shot most favoured? It's to the right of the goalkeeper, because that means the defender has to pull the rod to cover, so there's less precise control than when you're pushing the rod. Let's see how the pushing and pulling, toing and throwing is making out with Buster and Dave in the tiebreaker. 1 fall does it now, remember? Who's going to be first to crack? Buster never loses his cool, but Parry's proved he's no slouch. Both chatting, psychological gamesmanship at work out there.
4 minutes in this round.
Buster wins a grappling marathon. Now let's really get down to brass tacks, and I mean brass. The Cheese Skittles final brings the best 2 players in the country together. We're expecting scores of 18, maybe even 20, from Peter Sargent and George Jones of Northampton. Remember, it's £100 to the winner. Best of 5 legs, and Bill Maynard's got his expert eye on them.
And so we come to the final of the Cheese Skittles competition. Both Northampton players, all the Leicestershire players, having been eliminated at the mark is George Jones, and George seems to have got a 9 in 1. Now he is on a maximum. The maximum at this game is 27. I personally have never seen it done. The most I've ever seen is 25. Oh, what bad luck. We were on... That is 80. That is the usual maximum. For a second there, we were on the chance of a full maximum. These 2 players are playing for a prize of £150. The winner takes 100. The the losing finalist takes £50 as second prize. That's what they're under. We now have Pete Sargent at the mark. Pete from Northampton plays for the King William IV.
Good ball.
And he's on a whack too. This is a marvellous start to the final. Remember that the good average at this game is 8 pins. The first one's got 18. 18 to tie. You cannot do more than tie. Unfortunately, he got about 5 pins, but he lost anyway. Probably noticed the way that ball, as it hit the table, span around. This is the spin you get. Again! Oh! He's got 9 and 2. This is a marvellous final. This scoring is really unbelievable, especially with wooden pins that they play with in the Northampton League. In the Leicester League, they play with plastic pins. These are a little bit wider, and they roll around a little more. These don't. These chop through much easier.
Good ball.
And a good 16. A good 16. This should be 1-1 by the look of it. This is a marvellous final. It really is. Good play. George Jones, 35-year-old George Jones, clipper by trade, boot and shoe industry. He said, this must be a ball to the absolute right. No. Oh! That really was bad luck. In fact, in my opinion, he went the wrong side of the pin. He went to the left of it and nearly got it. I personally would have gone to the right-hand side to have chopped it across the table. It's now one leg all. George Jones at the mark. Should be another whack. He's going to clip in between the two. Beautiful shot. He hit in between the dead. That way he couldn't miss it. And another 16. This 16 for George Jones. 18, 8 and 16. This is really very good throwing. Pete Sargent needs a 17 to win. Needs a whack. The only chance here he has is to clip the bottom of the dead pin on the right.
Oh,
Nearly did it. Span across, taking it across to spin the other skittle to take the other two out.
Sorry. What's the top one? Sorry, yeah, no.
Certainly looks as if George Jones is going to be the indoor league champion of cheese skittles. The first time ever on television, and the first time ever seen by many people in this country. If he misses the front pin, it's a pint all round, he's got it. But he's left 2 at the back, unfortunately. George Jones now throwing for the championship, only needs an 8. Not a good first ball. In fact, he has to clip 2 to win, and he's done it. He's got all 3. And George Jones has won the first ever televised version of Cheese Skittles, a game only played in Leicestershire, Northamptonshire, and 1 or 2 villages around about.
Good skittling that.
Ladies and gentlemen, George Jones from Northampton, who threw a nifty cheese in the cheese skittles and showed Bill Maynard and myself how this was done. George? Well, you're a lot younger rather than some of the competitors you played against, George. What made you better?
Perhaps I practice a bit more than they do.
How many nights a week do you practice?
4 nights and 1 dinner time.
What's the wife said of that?
She moans a bit, but she's pretty considerate, really.
So you think really you get a few deaf and dumb breakfasts before the end of the year, do you?
No, she ain't too bad, really, no.
But you keep on practicing
Yeah.
to get perfection.
Yeah.
What's your highest score at it?
26.
26 is the highest.
Yeah.
That's pretty good going.
Yeah.
The cheque here for you, George. It's all yours. Congratulations, and thank you very much indeed. Our first indoor league champ, George Jones. We bet Cheese Skittles opened your eyes to a new skill, and we've got another bit of wizardry up our sleeves. A game you've probably only ever seen in the movies, American Pool, We've invited 4 top amateur snooker players to take on 4 crack Americans at it and reduce the size of the pockets to add a bit more skill. Just watch a young Yankeeman called Louis Alves clear the table. I'll sit it.
Always taking the ball in the middle right.